Yo, it's your boy Young Kasa. I'm here with Mikey T, the movie star. Report card ready, yo. You already know what it is.
We are live on Kasa, man. Dipset alumni here. I really appreciate you for giving me the opportunity to speak with you today.
No problem. Happy New Year, Mikey.
Happy New Year, man. It's a pleasure to have you on the channel. Can you tell me a little bit about growing up in New York? Is that where you grew up?
Born and raised, Harlem, New York, man. I grew up in the 80s and 90s. The beginning of the crack era. I ain't gonna lie, I had a great childhood. You know what I'm saying? Minus growing up in the hood and shit like that, I had a great childhood. You know what I'm saying? I had a great childhood. I had a great mom's, great grandmother. You know what I'm saying? I had aunts, uncles, god brothers, cousins. I made sure I was good. You know what I'm saying? So New York wasn't all that bad. Way better than it was. It was way better then than it is now.
So when did you find it in yourself that you wanted to start rapping?
Unfortunately, my family, they had I think they had got kicked out of their crib and they moved in with me and my mom's. My mom's had a 1-bedroom apartment at one time. My aunts and my cousins came and lived with us. And my god brother Matthew, he used to work for this spot called Kenny System. It was basically Parkins assistant for Yankee Stadium for the Yankee games. He used to come home late, and every night he come home, he'd start beating on the chair and start writing his little rhymes. Sometimes I used to help him with his rhymes because he used to be asking me, yo, you got a word to rhyme with this? And every time he used to ask me a word to rhyme with it, I used to give him a rhyme. He said, you're going to be good at this one day. So we wound up moving out that apartment. And the only thing that was left in the apartment after the movers took all the furniture and stuff was my god brother's rap book. So I took the rap book and learned how to format music that way by stealing his notebook that he left. So that was my introduction of the rap music. You know, my moms used to go to Nobody Beats the Wiz all the time and go buy a bunch of records and tapes and shit. So the music was in the house. Like, the music was in the house 24/7. If I was asleep, I heard the music. If I was up, I heard the music. I just come from a musical background. You know what I'm saying? Everybody in my family just loves music, all types of music, from Caribbean to jazz to classic, hip hop, R&B. We love it all.
So who were some of the artists that actually inspired you when you were younger?
Definitely Michael Jackson, LL Cool J, Big Daddy Kane, Stetson Sonic. That was early on, but as I got older, Nas, Biggie, Pac, Busta Rhymes, Wu-Tang, Das Effects, Boot Camp Click, the whole Duck Down. You know, I grew up with that grimy 90s era hip hop. Onyx was definitely our influence.
So I'm reading that you got your first record deal at the age of 19 within the span of 15 minutes. Is that like
Yeah,
the quickest someone has ever gotten a record deal?
from my knowledge, the only person I got signed by the same man in 15 minutes before me was R. Kelly. He signed R. Kelly in 15 minutes. So, yeah. Basically, I went to a studio session with my homeboy Ronnie Henson. Shout out to Ronnie Henson. He had a deal at Motown, and he was also a ghostwriter. So he was writing material for the New Groove Theory album. Shout out to Bryce Wilson. And they had changed singers because Mel LaRue had left the group, so was working with a new singer by the name of Makeda Davis. Shout out to Makeda. And they were just basically getting the body of work done for the New Groove Theory album. And I went to the studio and they asked me to rap, and when I rapped, it kind of blew everybody's mind. And from that, I guess they went and told Barry Hankerson, and Barry Hankerson, he walked in the room. I didn't know who he was at the time, and he was like, "Who's the little nigga that out here can rap his ass off?" And everybody pointed to me. So he's like, "Yo, you about to get on this record right here?" I was like, "Nah, I'm just here work, just vibing out." He was like, "Nah, I want you to get on that record." So Bryce Wilson told me to get on the record. I probably wrote my verse in like 15 minutes, 20 minutes tops. Went in the booth, laid it down. Before he broke out, he told me he had a meeting to go to. So he said, I'll be back in an hour. When I come back, I want to hear what you did. He came back in exactly an hour. He ain't even let the full track play. He played like probably 4 or 5 bars and cut it off. I thought he ain't like it. Next thing he said when he told the engineer to cut the music off, he was like, you the second person I sound in 15 minutes. And that made me right off the top, who the first person you sound in 15 minutes? He was like, R. Kelly.
What record label was this?
Black Ground Atlantic. Black Ground Atlanta. Aaliyah was signed to them. Timberland, Missy.
Can you tell me about when you first recorded with Cameron and actually how you two met for the first time?
Met Cameron through a mutual friend, Luke Abrazi. Shout out to Luke Abrazi. Gumbo, Jokes Up. We had a little crew called the Taliban that stood for taking a look in Black American neighborhoods. You know what I'm saying? Around the time where the Taliban was kind of not the thing to represent. You know what I'm saying? And that was just a place that everybody came to. Every hip hop artist, don't matter who it was, every street dude used to just pull up on 145th because that's where we used to hustle at, 145th and Broadway. We used to sell the mixtapes, the Cool G, the Iceberg, cell phones, anything we can basically get our hands on. That was our hustle spot. So they used to, you know, around the time when Cam was doing the SDE thing, he used to come around a lot, you know what I'm saying? And one day he came, it was raining outside, and he came and sat in the van just smoking a few blunts. And I told him, I was like, yeah, I know you just signed my little bro Juelz Santana. He's like, yo, you know Santana? I was like, yeah. No, word, that's Lil Juju. And he was like, word. He said, you rap too? I was like, yeah, I rap. He was like, let me hear you. I spit like 100 bars for Cam. Blew his mind. That nigga told Luke, I like, you hot niggas, man. You hot in talent. And from that day on, he was like, yo, I want you to come fuck with this set.
So before that meeting that day, what did you actually know about Cameron? Was there like hood rumor about him? Was there street, music momentum starting to build?
I was always a fan of Cam from the Confessions of Fire album. You know what I'm saying? I used to see Cam in the hood. You know what I'm saying? Cam and him was a little older than me, but I used to see him in the hood. We like Harlem is real small. You know what I'm saying? Harlem stretched from about 155th to about 110th. You know what I'm saying? East to west. So, you know, if you popular, you know, Cam was an All-American, so he was popular playing ball. He was tearing niggas up back in the days, rhyming and shit when he was Killer Cam and Murder Mace, you know what I'm saying? Children of the Corn Day. So I always heard of him, but I really got acquainted with Cam like 99, 2000, something around there.
That's what's up, man. So following that day where you were actually able to spit for him, like you said, 100 bars, after that moment, what type of a relationship did you two take on?
Cam always embraced me, you know what I'm saying? Out of me and Juelz was always friends, but out of the whole set, like the members, Cam and Juelz really embraced me. You know what I'm saying? It was always embracement coming from Cam. He always tried to put me in a position to display my talent. You know, Cam, he paid me to write for a few of his artists too, you know what I'm saying? So I always salute Cam for what he did for me, you know what I'm saying? He put me on a platinum album, you know what I'm saying? He put me on a gold album. I can't complain about nothing, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate everything Cam did for me. I appreciate everything that Diplomats did for me, you know what I'm saying? Including everyone, you know what I'm saying?
So Kasa, can you tell me about heading out to Chicago and beginning to work with Lupe Fiasco?
Yeah, me and Lupe met through Bryce Wilson again. I battled Lupe over a phone, over a speakerphone, and the battle got like crazy intense over the phone. So he was like, "Yo, we're gonna come to New York in a few months. We're gonna continue this." Actually, the day of the first annual BET Awards, Because I remember watching that with him when Jay came out with the bucket and they did 8 to the Izzo and all that. That's the day we battled. Me and Lupe battled for like 2 hours. I got real cool with him. You know what I'm saying? We stayed, acquainted. My deal at Blackground had fell through due to staff change and all that. It was either I can leave or be shelved or just wait till they want to work with me. So I left, you know what I'm saying? I left with, a lump sum of money. And, I was just on ice. So one day Bryce was like, yo, you need to go move out to Chicago with Lupe and them. They got a whole label situation. Chili fuck with you. You need to go out there, free Chili. Shout out to everybody that was down with First and 15. Chili, Lupe, Dan Ryan, my man Bugs. He worked with Kanye right now. He did a lot of ghost producing for Kanye. Prolific, Gemini, my boy Sport. Whole team out there. So around the time when I did move out there, I had just caught a gun charge. You know what I'm saying? I used to walk around with my pistol like it was a phone. And I was going headed to a baby shower with my boy Double Trouble, and the D's pulled us over. And I got locked up for a gun. I wound up doing 5 years probation for it. So I was going back and forth to Chicago. When I came back from Chicago, when I left Chicago to come to New York for my sentencing, the crib that I lived in Chicago had got raided. So one of the artists, Gemini Sport, they called me and told me, yo, everything you've seen, everything that was at the crib, gone. All your clothes, everything is gone. They, the feds came in. So that's what stopped me from going back to Chicago.
So I wanted to ask you, man, what do you think about the way that the Chicago hip-hop scene has changed from, Common and Kanye West to Chief Keef and Little Durk, of course, rest in peace to King Von?
Everything gotta evolve, man. Gotta evolve. You know what I'm saying? The music is like that because that's the upbringing they're around. They're around a bunch of violence. That's what they're gonna talk about. It's just like with anybody, Mikey T. If you're around a bunch of lacrosse players all day and you rap, you're gonna have some songs about lacrosse. If you're around drug dealers and gangbangers, your music is gonna be about that. If you're in the church, your music is gonna be about that. People don't understand your music is gonna reflect your environment. So whatever your environment is, that's mainly with the music. It's a lot of drilling going on. You know what that is in Chicago. So they making the theme music for that. Is it negative? I can't say it's negative. Is it positive? I can't say it's positive. It's just good music. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I wish they would, I don't want nobody to be censored or nothing, and people, speak your reality. You know what I'm saying? But there's a lot of dope artists. I respect the drill scene. I got a lot of ties out in Chicago. I love Chicago. Chicago's like a second home to me.
And just for the record, I have never played lacrosse, for everybody watching. But yeah, man, that's definitely good perspective, man. It's just crazy to see what happened to King Von. Obviously, the whole internet was taken back by that.
That shit fucked me up.
I'm sure you might touch on it on your series on your YouTube channel in the future.
Yeah, I'm definitely. It's gonna be a violence and hip hop episode coming up real soon. That's gonna be the next episode and shit. I'm gonna get real deep and try to drop some gems on the younger guys out there that look up to guys like me and other rappers and stuff like that. Try to put their mind in a different perspective, give them a different perspective so they can kind of understand where they from and where they headed. You know what I'm saying? Just try to give them a different perspective. That's what Kasa True Hip Hop Stories is about. It's just telling, the good, the bad, and the ugly of the music business. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people think this shit is peaches and cream, and it's far from that.
Well, I'm going to attach a link to Unkasa's YouTube channel. It's definitely going out there crazy right now. Kasa True Hip Hop Stories is definitely going off, man. I got to applaud you on that. So everyone watching, look in the description, and y'all can tap in with Kasa's channel. But so from there, man. So when you were in Chicago, when did you get that call from Cameron to actually come back to New York, or was that what it was?
Now, this is what happened. Before I moved to Chicago, I did the Diplomat intro. I was in a studio session. They was recording the Diplomat album. I remember I was in a booth and, Dame walked in and, a couple of the pop and hip hop artists. So I was kind of nervous, you know what I'm saying? So I was fucking up my line. So Cam was like, yo, get the fuck out the booth and get your shit together. So me thinking he was flipping out when he wasn't really flipping. He just wanted me to go, smoke, gather my thoughts, go get back in the booth, do my shit. I left. The next day I was on 145th. Cam pulled this truck up mad fast. Damn near hit me. Hopped out on me like, yo, get the fuck in the truck. Don't ever leave one of my sessions again. Fuck is wrong with you? I'm trying to get you popping, nigga. The fuck nigga, you can't take a little pressure? Hopped in the truck. It was just me, him, and Guru. He took me down to the studio, Baseline. I think it was either Baseline or Sony, one of the big studios at this time. And the way the intro and everything, that's exactly how this shit happened. Cam was like, yo, it better be fire. You know what I'm saying? And Cam was basically coaching me. He was like, yo, I want you to spit it like this. I want you gonna be, I didn't even know Cam was gonna put the intro on it. I didn't know what it was gonna be. You know what I'm saying? I didn't think I was gonna make the cut because, a lot of people that was around the set that rhyme didn't make the cut. JR Ryder, he didn't make the cut of the first album and stuff like that. And that was kind of like it started like a little animosity between me and him, you know what I'm saying? But that's my brother, you know what I'm saying? And me and him just recently had a talk around, like, just before the quarantine. We had a long talk, and we was just kidding. He told me how much he looked up to me back then and how much I motivated him. He like, yo, if you never knew, you motivated me to, do what I was doing. I was like, yo, I appreciate that. And I did that, like I said, I did that before I left. I'm in Chicago in the basement. I go get some Swisher Sweets and a Double XL magazine with Dr. Dre, Eminem, and 50 Cent on the cover. And they just had a discography of all the albums that was coming out, who was on them, who produced it and all that. And that's how I found out I was on a Diplomat intro. It said Diplomat intro done by Kasa. And that shit blew. Like, I almost jumped through the fucking roof. Like, I didn't even know. Like, and I think Lupe kind of felt some way about that because, once I came back to New York and they heard the Diplomat album, they was like, yo, he down fucking with us, how he was fucking with them. It wasn't like that. I had laid the groundwork for the Diplomat shit before I even moved to Chicago. Because in the midst of that, I was still doing the Purple City mixtapes with Shice, you know what I'm saying, the Reloaded, the Matrix mixtapes and shit. So I was already, in the mix with Dipset, but I was always doing my own thing. So that's how I got really introduced to Chicago.
So right on the intro, on the Diplomat's intro track, you say, man, today I signed to Dipset. Could you break that down for me when you officially signed with Dipset? What was that like, man?
I never signed to Dipset. I never signed a contract with Dipset. It was supposed to go through, do the just fuck shit. It ain't go down. You know what I'm saying? I never got to sign with Dipset. I wound up structuring and help founding Purple City. You know what I'm saying? Me, Ag, and Chase is the founders of Purple City, the record label. Purple City was already in the play with Chase with his street shit, but Purple City, the record label, was me, Aguilar, and Chase Bub. So we had laid the groundwork with that. We went and got our own deal.
Right, and we're going to tap in on that in just a second. So I want to talk about the Diplomatic Immunity album, the intro to the album with Cameron. The record was actually produced by none other than Kanye West, man. Can you tell me a little bit about that record?
Yeah, like I said, and the beat that y'all heard on the Diplomat album is really not the original beat that he did. He had to redo the beat because of the sample clearance. So Kanye was always around Rockefeller, you know what I'm saying, for a minute. You know, people used to laugh at him, call him a nerd. You should think he was weird and shit. And niggas like Cam and me and others fucked with Kanye because he had dope beats, and I knew he rhymed. Like I knew Kanye from back in the days when I was running with All Out. I was running with two guys, but that was that had a group called the Teamsters. Shout out to D Gritty and P Bugsy, and they were signed to Mace. So I used to run, you know, that was my crew from the streets and shit, my niggas I went to school with. So when they got a deal, they pulled me in. So, you know, Kanye was around Ghost producing for like D. Angeletti back then. You know, he did the You Made Me beat on the Harlem World album. So I've been fucking with Kanye for a minute. You know what I'm saying? Last time I seen Kanye was probably 10 years ago, maybe longer than that, probably like 06. I was living in Syracuse with my man Taj Mahal, and Kanye was doing a concert out there, and he was at the Spaghetti Warehouse restaurant, and I pulled up on one of my guys, off duty, white kid, white producer. Shout out to G off duty from Syracuse, New York. He was like, yo, my girl works at the Spaghetti Warehouse. She said, Kanye over there. You said, you know Kanye, right? So it was really like trying to see if I was stunting. So when I went up there, I walked up to the table, Kanye went crazy. You know what I'm saying? It was like, yo, here's my dog. You know what I'm saying? It was just like a validation that I really know him and shit like that. But Kanye always been cool. I think I brung in like the 2000, it was either 2002 or 2003 New Year's with Kanye in Chicago. He was actually DJing for his homegirl, Deandra, on the south side of Chicago. And my homeboy, Bug, took me to the house party for the New Year. So I brought in the New Year with Kanye before and all that. This was right around the time when he just got the Rockefeller chain and shit. You know what I'm saying? He was so proud of that moment. You know what I'm saying? He was holding the shit up in the party. You know what I'm saying? He was just like, Kanye, a good person, man. You know, a lot of people don't understand Kanye. Kanye, you know, really was going through his mental breakdown after his mom's. And, you know, I have close family members and friends that lost their moms, and you don't be the same. You know what I'm saying? You really don't understand until you lose your moms. You ain't gonna understand what he went through mentally. You know what I'm saying? Being rich, losing your moms, you know, people doubting you, getting older, having kids, your status change, music change. You know, people don't really understand what we go through as artists to stay hot. They don't really know what it is. Me, I stay relevant through doing music, acting, fashion. You know what I'm saying? Because I always knew it would get to a point where I wouldn't be so hot in the music business, and I ain't want to just fade out in music. So when music wasn't working for me, I jumped into fashion. Like I got my own clothing line on right now, Cranberry and Vodka. This is the little Calvin and Hobbes collection. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I basically, take cartoons and, you know, music and stuff that inspired me as a young guy coming up, and I just put it in my clothing. You know what I'm saying? That's what Cranberry and Vodka is really the definition of, from taking something hard and taking something that's American, all American, like Mickey Mouse. Like my first piece was a hoodie called the Mick Papa hoodie, which I took Mickey Mouse and Biggie and I combined them, and I call it Mick Papa. Got the Cool G to Jesus piece on. So it was just basically merging good old all American stuff like Mickey Mouse and some is, you know, uncut raw as Biggie, and putting it together. So, you know, I've been up and running for about since 2015, February 5th, 2015.
Major.
So I got a good six years in this shit. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I got the web series, The Brooklyn Way, which I star in. Shout out to Gap Murder and the whole cast over there. You know what I'm saying? I'm just working, man. I'm a father now, so a lot of things is totally different from the Uncasa that y'all seen on the Smack DVDs and the Diplomat. I'm totally, I'm older. I'm 41 now, so I'm definitely more seasoned. I just dropped a new project, Vanilla Sky 3. Go get that. You can copy it from me through my Cash App, or you can go to Tidal and or Apple Music and all the streaming platforms and stream it. But if you want to support me, you can buy it straight through my Cash App, which is $XORIBEAR Zoe, which is my daughter's pet name. The EP is $20 if you want to copy. Like I said, if that's just to support me. If you don't, you can go stream it on streaming platforms. But that's basically what I got going on right now. I got a Bear Oil coming out, Vanilla Sky collaboration with my cousin David. His mom's just passed. Shout out to my aunt Laura Ann. God bless her soul. My uncle Joe Lewis. They passed like 3 days apart. My uncle was killed in a hit and run in Atlanta. And my aunt, she was so heartbroken. Like, she just laid next to her son one night and just and passed away. You know what I'm saying? So I was all around just before the Thanksgiving and Christmas holiday came in. So I dedicated and named tracks from the EP. Like the intro track is called Joe Lewis, which is my uncle, and the last track on the EP is called Laura Ann, which is my aunt Ann. So I kind of put it in the structure of how it happened. Like, he passed and then she passed, so he began the tape and she ended the tape. So that was like a little secret concept within the little project. I'm gonna drop again in March. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be this project gonna be a little more melodic, more catering to what's going on now today. Just to just to give a different flavor from what Uncasa usually be doing. You know what I'm saying? But that's what I got going on right now, Mikey. Just working.
Did you ever get to have a relationship with Stack Bundles?
Yeah, me and Stack Bundles, I had a great relationship. Let me tell you some shit. When Stacks moved back from Chicago to New York, I took Stacks' room. And me and Stacks both was signed at First and 15, but at different times. I don't really think he really could adapt to the going back and forth to Chicago. The only reason I ain't go back to Chicago is because shit got raided and I had a gun charge. You know what I'm saying? They was willing to pay for my lawyers and all that. Like, I ain't never want for nothing when I was with First and 15. And me and Stacks, we met on the streets. First time I met Stack Bundles, I met Stacks on 145th in front of BJ Sneaker Store. And he was asking me about who had Purple Haze weed. I think he wanted like 4 ounces of weed, 4 or 5 ounces of weed. And at that time, I called one of my peoples to get him some bud. You know what I'm saying? That's how I met Stack. And then he was like, yo, Lupe was telling me about you. You spit that shit and all that. I was like, nah, you hard and all that. You know what I'm saying? We have a great respect for each other. Stacks, I probably recorded one of the last songs with Stacks. Like that next week Stacks was dead. He had came to the studio and he played some music. Shice paid him for a feature and we was just chopping it up. And he was just like telling us what he was going through and shit. And we was just like, yo, you gotta get the fuck out of here. And he was like, yo, that's why I'm telling Capo, I gotta get out of here. I need some real bread. You know what I'm saying? At that time, he just wanted to get the fuck out of there. You know what I'm saying? He had played that song. It was an airy ass track that he played. I think it's called I'm Good. He was just talking about his hood and shit. It was airy because that next week he was dead. Shice called me. I remember it was like it was yesterday because at the time, my mom's had all white furniture. I came to the crib. I rolled up a blunt. I was just about to watch In Too Deep. It was on like Showtime or Cinemax or something like that. It's like 4 in the morning. Shice called me. I muted the TV. And I sat like on the edge of the couch. He was like, yo, what you doing? And I was like, yo, I'm about to roll up, watch a movie and all that. He was like, you rolled up? I was like, yeah. He said, yo, take 3 pulls, because you know Shice, he a funny nigga. You know, me and Shice, we ain't speaking right now, but that's always gonna be my big bro. I love that nigga to death. But he was like, yo, tell me. He said, light it up and tell me when you take 3 pulls. So I lit the blunt up. So I was like, he said, you took 3 pulls? I was like, yeah. He said, take another 3 pulls. I was like, yo, Shice, what you on, man? It's 4 in the morning. He was like, yo, man, niggas kill stack bundles tonight, just like that. And I was like, yo, get the fuck out of here. I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, stack bundles laying right in this project stairwell right now. I'm like, what the fuck happened? He was like, yo, I don't know. I just hung up. We talked for like 45 minutes and I hung up the phone. Stacks was a hell of a good nigga, man. I can remember that last studio session like it was yesterday. We was at my man Dan the Man studio, Pro Studios and shit downtown on 30th Street. And Stack came and fucked with us, you know what I'm saying, did the little feature and shit and chopped it up. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace, Stack Bundles. Those my peoples. Chinks, God bless his soul.
So, yo, Unkasa, man, I want to ask you about linking up with Shice Bubs in Purple City. Could you break that down for me?
Yeah. Shice was basically young dude in the hood coming up. He really he's like the blueprint of what the cannabis game is turning to now. But he's been doing it for 20 years before it was legal, and you know what I'm saying, street guy. I basically just wanted some good weed, and that's how we connected. You know what I'm saying? He when I met him, he was like, "Y'all always knew about you." You know, niggas was always talking about this kid with glasses that rap. Like, I had a different name back then. Baby Gangster, the bookkeeper back then. Gangsta Lou had named me that for Mob Style, so that's the name I was going through. So I was, battling niggas, and I had my name in the hood for rapping for at least 30 years. You know what I'm saying? Young, 13, 14, 15, tearing niggas the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? So we already, he had a name for getting money, I had a name for rapping, hustling. And we connected like that at first through some weed shit. Then, like I said, Cam and Juelz, Juelz really got me connected to Shice. Because he used to be like, yo, that nigga got the fire buzz, go check that nigga. So once I met him, we had a conversation and, things led to successful mixtapes and albums and shit like that. I remember Shice and Luch did a mixtape called Taliban versus Purple City, and it was basically all the artists that Shice had on his roster, and Taliban was just me, JR, Hell Rel, guys of that nature, A Mafia. So we were putting out the mixtapes. We got a buzz on that. Around the time we was gonna drop Taliban versus Purple City Part 2, the Bully and the Hustler, Luca Brasi got incarcerated for like a year or so. So as Luca was incarcerated, me and Shice, began to kick it every day and build a barn. So he was like, yo, man, we might as well do this label shit and, get this shit popping. So we basically weeded out all the niggas that wasn't going to fit in the criteria with what was Shice's vision at this time. And, gathered a bunch of artists. A lot of people didn't survive the roster, but, Purple City was tearing the mixtapes scene up. You know what I'm saying? I was connected with a lot of different entities too. The Senate, shout out to Taj Mahal. The Diplomat stint was like gold. Like, you can put the Diplomat logo on something and that shit was gonna sell. You know what I'm saying? Anything that was affiliated, and that's what the labels was going on too. You know what I'm saying? That's how we got the deal with Baby Grand with Chuck Wilson. Because they wanted, if you couldn't get Cam or, Juelz or Jim, you wanted anything that was close closer to them. And what was hot at the time was Purple City. So that's basically how shit was going back then, Mikey. You know what I'm saying? Everybody out for themselves. You know what I'm saying? Me and Shakes put some shit together. Help a lot of guys that couldn't get that viral moment. We gave it to them. You know what I'm saying? Through the mixtapes, anything that we dropped, that shit, their numbers. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, we help a lot of guys come in the game. You know, do they thing.
Right,
like
like
that.
you were saying, you didn't actually sign to Cameron, but you used the affiliation to get a situation with Baby Grand.
Yeah, because it was like at the time when Cam was signing, like JR and Hell Relling on them, me and Shice, we was like, yo, it's not enough food on this one plate for everybody to eat off. Because that's how we're gonna start bumping heads. Let's go get our own plate and build our own foundation so we don't really have to piggyback off the Dipset shit. You know what I'm saying? We are Dipset, we are family, but we our own entities. We Purple City. But you know, even when we got our deal, you know, a few niggas was mad and bitter that we got our own deal and was able to get leverage and do certain things. And niggas hated on it and shit like that. But, you know, that's how the game go, man. That's how the game go. This is a dog-eat-dog world, man. And if you ain't mentally prepared for this shit, do not get in this rap shit because it ain't even about how nice you is or how many songs or how much jewelry, how many bitches you fucking or none of that. This shit is the numbers game nowadays, you know what I'm saying? That's why, you know, you see so many artists come and go, you know what I'm saying? They don't stick around because, you know, these labels that these niggas are signing to, you know, they just looking for the hit. And once you can't make no hit no more, you know, you good as garbage. So they throw you to the side. But that's why I try to tell the artists, evolve with the times. You know what I'm saying? Try to always put your twist on anything that's coming out or with whatever the new wave, you know. Everything is a wave. So, you know, evolve with the wave. Not saying to attach yourself or do things that other people are doing, but just kind of evolve into what the game is, you know what I'm saying? And that's where a lot of people don't know how to evolve into the hip-hop game now. It's totally different from when I came in, you know what I'm saying? I seen this shit, like I said, I'm 41, so I've seen a few generations and a few different eras of this hip-hop shit. These young kids, they definitely getting more money than we did, you know what I'm saying? They saying a bunch of money quick, too, you know what I'm saying? That's what's driving them so crazy because you go from hustling or probably robbing and stealing to get money to you got $2, $3, $4 million to play with, you know what I'm saying? And you don't have no guidance. You ain't got really no OGs around you to guide you in the right way. So that's just a road to destruction. That's what's gonna happen. What the fuck? This is what I tell a lot of people. What the fuck you gonna expect for these young kids if there's no guidance around them and it's all this money? Because you'll have a 42-year-old man calling an 18, 19-year-old kid big homie or big bro just because of the leverage and the money he had. You know what I'm saying? Like I can be a young nigga that got more money than you and you looking at me like the big homie because you can't do it. And it ain't supposed to be like that. We supposed to have OGs around these guys that's getting all this money to guide them in the right way and tell them and show them the mistakes they did so they don't have to do it. That's what I always do. I've ghostwritten for people. I have my own artists. The reason why they don't work, they don't want to listen. And then when they bump their head and run into a wall, that's when I never even played a I told you so road. I just be like, you know what I'm saying? You choose the lane you want the road. It's a wide road. You can go in the fast lane, you go in the slow lane, you go in the steady lane. A lot of people want to go in that fast lane and they crash. You know what I'm saying? Learn the business. People don't want to learn the business. Take time out to learn your business. Know where your streams is coming in. Where your revenue and your money's coming in. Your lawyer, your management. I ain't never have really none of that type of shit that these guys had. I ain't really have the machine. So anything you ever seen me do is coming straight from the mud. Like, gotta go out, sell mixtapes, hit the block, sleep on niggas' floors, do all types of shit. You know what I'm saying? To get where I've gotten things that I've seen in this game. So even with the Unconscious True Hip Hop Stories, I always try to, enlighten, I try to enlighten the dope shit that I did, but I always try to, enlighten the darkness too, you know what I'm saying? Because, it's no life and there's no light between positive and negative energy. You gotta have, if you have one, you gotta have the other. Just as much we want it to be positivity, we gotta have negativity because it's a balance, and people don't understand that. You know what I'm saying? And when we get some elders that can actually grab the hearts and the minds of these kids in the right way, I think you'll see a better outcome. Even in Chicago, if you just get some of the real OGs from Chicago, they get close to these guys enough to them for them to listen, I think we can change. It starts with us. We keep thinking the government and all that. The government ain't gonna help us out. None of these people gonna help us out. It starts with us, and that's been an answer forever. It starts with us. When we gonna put the racism down? When we gonna stop using race as a crutch or something that's been going on for years? You know what I'm saying? We all equal. You know what I'm saying? No, it don't matter if you're black or white. We all equal. We all is God's people. You know what I'm saying? Some is richer, some is faster, some are prettier, some, you know what I'm saying? Everybody is not going to be all equal in that way. But as human beings, we are all equal. And once people get a perspective and, a mind, they grasp their mind on that, I think the world will be a better place. Not even just the hip hop generation, the whole world as a whole. You just got to realize the perspectives is different. Change your mindset a little bit. I had an ill conversation with Chinks too before he died. I'm gonna tell you how I found out about Chinks. I seen Chinks twice before he passed away. I seen Chinks at a Super Bowl party at Stage 28. He was with Bino, and he was just really frustrated with the game. And at the time, I didn't understand because he had "Fuck About Your Feelings." He had that shit all over the radio. They was going crazy. He was just like, he was kind of like in a funk, like, yo, everybody just praising French niggas. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. He wasn't dissing French, but he was just feeling like he was at a point where he was feeling unappreciated. You know what I'm saying? So I was just like, yo, bro, if that shit ain't affecting your money, don't worry about that shit. Get to your bread. You one of the hottest niggas out. Don't worry about that other shit. That shit come with the game. I've been in it for a while. You know me. I know Chinks forever. He used to hang out with my dudes in Harlem. You know what I'm saying? The 49ers, the Teamsters that I was talking about earlier. Chinks been around this when he first came home from jail and all that. So
yeah, that's when he first hit me.
I seen him at the Super Bowl party. Then I seen him at this club called Silhouettes in a town I was out in Middletown living for a minute, and he did a walkthrough for the club, and I seen he tapped me on my shoulder, gave me a hug. It's like, I love you, bro. Love you. We chopped it up, drunk some champagne, smoked some weed, and he broke out. He made sure he told me he loved me before he broke out, and that's the last time I seen Chinks alive. Now we on a road in North Carolina. I'm with Juelz. We on the road. We doing a show. Me, Black Dawn, shout out to Black Dawn, and Fleet Guard. He incarcerated right now. Free Fleet Guard. We sitting in a diner. Like, everybody went back to the hotel. We went to like a diner or to like a Waffle House or some shit. And it was just a picture of a Paul shot the fuck up. I was like, damn, whoever got hit up, and that shit died, right? Like 6 minutes after that, I get a phone call. Juelz was like, yo, where y'all at? We like at the diner getting some food. I'm like, you want some? He was like, nah. He was like, yo, niggas killed Chinks. Niggas shot him up. I was like, oh shit, that's who car that was? He was like, word, you seen that shit? I was like, yo, we ain't even know who the fuck car that was. That's how I found out about Chinks. Word up.
So Juelz actually hit you and told you about Chinks.
Yeah, because we was on the road and we was at a restaurant. Like I said, everybody after this show, they went back to the hotel. We was hungry, so we went to go get some food. And we got the call from Juelz, and we went back. It was just quiet. We just started listening to Mad Chink's music, like, yo, damn, on the way back, because we was all in the Sprinter, you know what I'm saying? And we was just like, that's fucked up. The guy that was with him, shout out to Yemen, my boy Aqua the Glock that was in a car with him. I went to go see him in the hospital when he got shot up. And at the time, Coke Boys and Dipset wasn't even fucking with each other. Me and Zeke went to go see him because when I came, he said, yo, Zeke just came to see me. He said, yo, Frenchie, nobody came to see me. He said, y'all, that's crazy how Dipset niggas came to see me and Frenchie ain't come see me. That's what Yemen told us. Word. I remember that shit like it was yesterday. He had tubes all in him, holes all in his stomach and shit. He was in a bed. I went to go see him because I've been fucking with Yemen for years. You know what I'm saying? He got a few stores in my neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? So he used to run around in his little Benz and shit that was wrapped like a Gucci. It had like the red and green stripe on it. We used to call him Gucci-Ock and all that. So I went to go see him in the hospital all the way in Queens. And to this day, he always, you know, show me love because of that. You know what I'm saying? So.
Do you have any music that you're working on? I know you told me you had the Vanilla Sky 3 project that I just dropped.
Yeah, I just dropped Vanilla Sky 3 on Christmas Day. Go get it. Like I said, you can go stream it. But if you proud to pay, you can buy it from me straight direct through my DM on Instagram. I am on Kasa. You can buy it straight from me through my Cash App, $XORIBEAR, Zori Bear, which is my daughter's pet name. And the digital copy with the front cover and the back cover comes with the package. It's also $100 bundle. You can buy the digital copy with the merchandise, which is a Vanilla Sky commemorative hoodie of the release of the new project. So, like I said, you can go stream it on Apple Music and Spotify and Tidal. But if you want to support me and what I got going on, you can go buy it digitally for $20 through my Cash App. $XORIBEAR. That's Zori Bear. And hit me at Cranberry and Vodka, KRANBERRYNVODKA. Cranberry and Vodka with a K. That's my merch page. You can check that out. You can get the merch from that page. The website coming the top spring 2021. In the meantime, you can get the merch through my DM and my Instagram. So that's what I got going on right now. Episode 2 of season 3 of the Brooklyn Way will be out January 12th. So y'all tune in for that. Beer Oil on the way early spring. Collaboration with Beer Juice, located out in Atlanta. Shout out to Dave. Rest in peace, Aunt Ann. Rest in peace, Uncle Joe. What else I got coming up? Vanilla Sky 4, top of the spring. That's about it, man. Episode 33 coming soon. Uncast True Hip Hop Stories, Violence and Hip Hop. Salute, man. Shout out to Mikey T, the movie star.
Did you ever get to have a relationship with Max B?
Yeah, Max was real, man. Max was always cool. Me and Max never had no problem. Like, Max was cool. Like, when I met Max, talented, he just came home from doing that 8 years or whatever. And he was just a cool dude. He used to be in the studio with me and Juelz. And I just remember, I didn't even know when Max got locked up. I just heard about it. I didn't know what happened with him and Jim. One day I asked Jim, like, yo, what's up with Max? He was like, man, fuck Max. He ungrateful, some shit like that, and brushed me off. Like, and I was just like, damn, what happened? Like, I didn't know. And then, as time went on, you start hearing why he was mad and why. I never got into that because I never had no I never had a problem with Max. See, that's what people don't know. Dipset didn't have a beef with Max B. Max B had a beef with Jim. That shit was between Jim and Max. It was never between Dipset. He never had beef with Cam. But we all crew. So if you beefing with one, you really beefing with all. So that's when stuff started to trickle down. Like I said on my Kasa True Hip Hop Stories, when all that shit was going down, the day the Skull Gang, 9/11, the day the Skull Gang, first Skull Gang mixtape drop, we was doing our run, was hitting all of our local bootleggers with the tape, you know what I'm saying? All the local little hat spots and local whoever sold DVDs and joints. We was on 125th, we went to Cap USA. Max was in the store looking at leather jackets. I forgot that everybody was outside the town. Somehow niggas got with that Max was in the store, and it could have ended up bad, but Els wasn't that type of person to abuse his power. If he was, it would have been kind of a fucked up situation for Max, but due to the fact that Els didn't abuse his power and had that respect from the niggas that was around him to like, yo, leave that shit alone. You know what I'm saying? When Juelz came in the store, Slow, Black or Dawn, you know, all the no nonsense niggas that was around the set at the time came in the store. Juelz told everybody stand to the side. You know what I'm saying? He asked Max, did he have a problem with him? Max said, nah, when did we ever have a problem? Els told him, like, yo, don't do that because you on this DVD saying this and that. If it's not a problem, let it be. But if it's some smoke, let it be. And man, you can handle this right now. I'll make everybody get out the store. I'll make niggas like the store, and me and you can get rocking. Max was like, yo, I don't got no problem with you, Els. We continue on with our business, giving out CDs, dropping off CDs. We went to Queens, the Coliseum after that. Everything was good with him and Els after that. You know, we had cameraman with it. Els got the footage of that day, the whole day, even when, we ran into Max. Els never put that footage out. You can just tell by his character, like, that wasn't his demeanor. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't Els' demeanor to do that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Anybody else probably would have put the footage out. Els probably got the tapes in storage somewhere. Them shit's probably missing, or whoever was the videographer at that time got that footage. But Els never put that footage out.
Yeah, man, you were speaking on it a little bit earlier. Earlier in the interview, you said you had a relationship with Juelz Santana when he was young. What could you tell me about the album that never came out with Juelz and Lil Wayne, man? Did you ever get to see Juelz and Lil Wayne interact?
I was there for every moment of that recording process of that album. This is how the album was recorded. Him and Els might have did a few songs together in the same studio. Pretty much that whole project was coming through emails. No lie. Els would do a song, he'd do a verse and a hook, send it to Wayne. No longer than 25 minutes to a half an hour, Wayne would have that shit sent back in the email. We'd listen to it, go crazy. Els would send his verse back. Another 35 minutes go past. Wayne then sent his verse back already. I'm talking about, yo, he did a song for Skull Gang on the day he went platinum. The day he found out he went platinum in a week, he sent 2 songs back for Skull Gang that never came out. The same day, we was like congratulating. He wasn't even hyped or none of that. He was just like, yo, keep working it up. Yeah, I sent that to the thing, beat, right, black. Sent that shit to the joint. Check it out. Tell me what y'all like. That's how Wayne was. Like, that's how that recording process, that shit was like remarkable, because it was just like, it was getting to the point where we couldn't, once niggas was going running to the email every 5 minutes, like, yo, Dwayne sent the shit yet? Dwayne sent it, Dwayne sent it. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, man, that's crazy. You know, I really think that was supposed to be Juelz's third album, I would say. Third album, right?
now it wasn't gonna be like the third album, it was just gonna be like a collaboration. You know what I'm saying?
I think it should have been the third
I
album.
think the reason that album ain't going, it wasn't because of the artist or Wayne or Els. I think it was just, I don't think they could figure out the business of it. You know, what it was going to be distributed through and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But they got a whole new album together now. I ain't hear none of it. I might have heard some snippets before Els went, before he got incarcerated, but they got a whole new album that they supposed to put out together.
So, Kasa, let me ask you, what did you think when Jim Jones and French Montana put aside their issues?
That was a good thing for hip hop. That was a good thing because so much money was lost because of that. Because of our beefs, we wasn't able to link and do music and work with people that we really wanted to work with. We fucked with G Unit. You know what I'm saying? Slow was really the gap, to bridge that gap between Queens and Harlem early '09. He was the reason, he was the guy. He's responsible for the Benz Bentley Beamer song.
Yep,
He's
yep.
responsible for that. He put Juelz and Banks together for the Beamer Benz and Bentley song. So, you know, and I had my own relationship from the late '90s with Fifth. You know what I'm saying? I remember when I used to go to Sony and shit with Bryce. You know, they used to have Fifth standing downstairs because, you know, Fifth was a high-head. Fifth would take plaques off the wall, break through. You know, Fifth was different. So they used to kind of leave him down in the lobby. He was like, yo, y'all going to see Tony Pope. You telling niggas me downstairs, you know. Fifth, that's his boo-boo days. This before he got signed to Dre. This is like right after he got shot. He was riding around in a bulletproof Jeep and shit like that.
So, Kasa, can you take me into first meeting 50 Cent then?
Right there in the Sony building in the lobby, my man Bryce Wilson introduced me. He's like, yo, I was 50, this is on Kasa. And when he said, yo, I heard about you. I heard you nice. And I was like, yo, good looking. So like around that time I was buzzing in the streets. Then I started buzzing in the industry. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I met Fifth. I met Fifth in the lobby of Sony. You know, like I said, he was a high-head. He was gripped up, vest up, bulletproof truck. I think Gayo was with him at the time too, if I'm not mistaken.
Looking at him there, I mean, gripped up, aggressive as hell, as we knew G Unit to be. Did you ever look at him to be a diamond selling recording artist?
I knew it was a matter of time before he made it big. His whole energy, his persona was different. You know what I'm saying? His whole persona was different. I knew it was just, he was destined for greatness. It was just a matter of time before he got his foot in the door the way he needed to be. You can tell, like, it's just certain niggas that just got it. It's a thing in the industry called it. It's just certain niggas got it. You know what I'm saying? It's just a matter of time. You know what I'm saying? People don't understand. It's timing. 50 was been out doing shit with Onyx, doing shit with a whole bunch of people. Jam Master Jay, he had to blossom. You know what I'm saying? 50 probably wasn't ready the way he was once he got with Dre and M. You know what I'm saying? You got to develop. I know I had record deals. I listened to how I rap then and how I rap now, and I totally know I wasn't ready for the game, but they seen it in me. They, you know what I'm saying, whoever was signing me and giving me these deals and these checks, they seen it in me. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, like I said, I seen it in him early. I knew he was gonna be big. You know what I'm saying? Because he was a wild dude. You know what I'm saying? He was real aggressive back then. You know what I'm saying? I was in the studio tonight with Bryce. We was in Studio B in the Hit Factory when it was down on 54th Street or something like that, right across the street from Sony. And I seen Fifth like run out the building, like holding his hand, like after he got into that altercation. I remember that shit like it was yesterday. I was wild young too. Then I started hearing it on the radio and stuff like that. I was like, yo, I'm a part of some hip hop history. I was there for a lot of shit. Like last time I seen Fifth was at before I self-destruct movie premiere. And he like jumped over like a barricade and hit me in my motherfucking ribs mad hard too. I'm like, yo, damn, Fifth. He was like, yo, what up? Cause I've been telling Els I knew Fifth and all that and shit. So
In the last few years, there's been a few tragedies in New York hip hop, man. I want to ask, why is it such a common occurrence for artists from New York like Pop Smoke, Chinks Drugs? Like, why is it such a common occurrence for these artists to lose their lives?
like I said earlier, yeah, environment. Just because I'm a hip hop star and I'm popping all over MTV and stuff like that, and I got a bunch of money, don't mean my problems leave. You know what I'm saying? Don't mean the mindset leave. If I give a kid from my block $1,000,000 a day, he's not going to change. You know what's going to change? His address might change, his watch, his clothing, his bitch, his friends. That'll change. The mentality won't. People don't understand. Your money got to determine your mentality. If you're rich, that's exactly how your mentality got to be. As you grow in finances, you got to grow in intelligence. You cannot still be ignorant and your money's up here, because your money's up here but your mentality's down here. What's going to happen? Your money's going to come right under your ignorance, and then what's going to happen? You're going to fall. You're going to crash into a wall. So try to balance shit out and understand perspectives and put the right people around you. Test your people too. Test your people. See if niggas is on point. Test your people. I'm not saying to put out traps and stuff like that, but test your people to see if these are the right type of people that you need around you. Everybody can't go. You cannot dance to every tune. You know what I'm saying? It might be a favorite song. There's sometimes you might have to sit out and just watch and observe the party and what's going on around your atmosphere and just around us. You know what I'm saying? I've been through the illest shit. You know what I'm saying? Robberies, home invasions. I've been through some ill shit just because a person might think you got more than what you got and don't know what you're doing. And it looks from a person that has nothing, and for me to have a little bit of something makes I say this. Some people nowadays look at your success as they failure. So just as much as I can be successful, it's a person out there that's taking my success and taking it like making it seem like I think I'm better. No, it's you think I'm better. If you would just observe and do the research to whatever you trying to accomplish in life, you'll be successful at it too. But people will sit there and be mad about your car, and your crib, and your chain, and your watch, and don't know what you went through to obtain these type of things. All this shit, man, this shit don't mean nothing. This is a brand new piece I bought because I felt like I deserve to treat myself. I deserve to live the way I need to want to be. But I'm more laid back now. You know what I'm saying? I'm more observant. I'm more mindful of my surroundings. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to go stand on a block to prove that I'm tough. So you know, sometimes people put themselves out there to satisfy other people's egos. Like I don't have to come to my neighborhood and stand on a block with a bunch of jury to prove that I'm tough. You know what I'm saying? That shit makes you dumb. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna put yourself out there with a $20,000-$30,000 chain with people that can't even buy Chinese food or a bag of weed. What you think gonna happen? If people will start to understand these things that's going on out here, these kids will be better off. It's like this. For instance, Say you got wild animals. Say you got a field of wild animals, right? And you the feast. It's just like you walking down a neighborhood with a bunch of jewelry and money on and you flaunting, right? To you, and that's just like you wearing a suit that's made of steak, and that's a bunch of wild animals. They're gonna attack you. You get what I'm saying? It's nature. It's mandatory. They're gonna attack you to survive. But if you put a little cap on your shit and move the way you need to move, just on to be safe, that's what you need to do. Fuck what the other man think. I don't give a fuck about what the hood think, because at the end of the day, the hood is not gonna bury you. The hood is not gonna give your moms no money. The hood is not gonna give your moms no money for the lawyer if you commit a crime or none of that. I've never had an entourage. You know what I'm saying? Because I know what type of energy that brings. For them to feel a certain way and of empowerment, I would have to actually get into an altercation so they can solve it. If I get into an altercation and I got a bunch of niggas around me, shit fall on me, because we might not always be in the winner's corner. We might be on the losing streak, and not only losing far as a fight or altercation. Somebody might lose their life. Somebody might go to prison for a long time. So I'm not gonna put myself in a situation to where I feel like I gotta go out with 30 people. You can ask some of the top promoters in the clubs when I was doing my club runs and my mixtape release parties. I would go show up to the club dolo. No bodyguards, all my jewelry off. It's a certain energy you give off. You know what I'm saying? But when you come in the club with 30, 40, you know, you got guys that's from your hood. They go into the club to get in the altercation because that's the environments they're in. So I never mixed my business with my street shit. You know what I'm saying? I let my street niggas know, if you want to be around this music shit, this is what type of time you got to be on. You got to be on music time. We not on street time. If you want to be on street time, you stay on the block. I don't want to do that no more. And then when you feel like you don't want to do that no more, this is the place for you. But until then, go do you. You know what I'm saying? A lot of guys can't do that because once they get the money, they feel like they're in power and they want people around them all day. The yes men, the people there, to stroke your egos, to make you feel like you that nigga. When the whole time you're not looking out for none of them. They just there for the champagne and pictures. And then when they go home to their girlfriends and you've been on tour with a nigga that's popping and you come home with nothing, your girl looking at you crazy. What the fuck you been doing on the road? You been gone 2-3 weeks. You ain't coming here with a dime, but you with so-and-so. Because these niggas got a fucked up perspective. You ain't going, when you around a rapper or someone that, find a position for you. Don't even wait for them to put you in a position to eat. Find something that you can benefit off that's going to help them as well as you. If you know producers, get them beats. If you know party promoters, get them gigs. Bring some money to the table. So with or without him, you always got something that's going on. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I tell them. Make sure you're a asset, not a liability. A lot of niggas around you be liabilities because soon as something happens, you got to lawyer fees, bail, funeral homes, all type money to the family. I don't got no time for no shit like that. So I never put myself in a situation to where I need no entourage. You know?
So to my knowledge, your issues with Gully TV started over him not being able to make money with you anymore. Am I wrong?
Nah. Mm-mm. I want to correct that too.
Because it seemed like he had hit you like, why would I hit you up if we can't get money together no more? Right?
Nah, right. What happened was he's basically saying like, yo, as long as we been cool, we ain't really make no big substantial amount of money together. Me, yo, relationships is can do more for me than money can ever do. Money, all I'm gonna do is spend that shit, invest that shit, and the money's gone. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna use that money to make more. But if you can't take a relationship that I introduce you to and make no money off of it, that's not me. That's not you know what I'm saying? That's not my fault. You get what I'm saying? I don't look at friendships. I don't build my relationships off of how much money I made with you. I build my relationships off of people, how much I've learned from you. You know what I'm saying? The knowledge is the money to me. I've learned how to, if I learned something from you, I could go get that money. You know what I'm saying? So it really wasn't no issue about no sweatsuits or nothing like that. You know, I guess that was just, you know, how he was feeling. But at the end of the day, you know, I've never looked at Gully as a financial stepping stone. You know what I'm saying? Or look at him like, oh, I can get some crazy. Like, I've made money with Gully. You know what I'm saying? We've made money together, but it's just like, I'm just, a lot of the endeavors that I'm doing now, I wasn't even doing when I was fucking with Gully. Like, I ain't have cranberry and vodka. You know what I'm saying? I was just an artist. You know what I'm saying? I ain't have the endeavors in the businesses that I have now. I was just an artist running around. I had some street money, and that was it. You know what I'm saying? But as we grew old, but if that's the perception that he took, to each his own. You know what I'm saying? And not saying he was right or wrong, but you know, to me, friendship, relationships are as bigger than a dollar can ever be, because I might not can make no money with you, but I can bet you I can learn something from you to make some money.
So you were saying you guys had linked initially in 2009. When did the problem start? Was it just recently, or was it?
Me and Gully really never had a problem. Me and Gully had a fallout due to me trying to mediate another situation that he had. He had some back and forth words with the OBH guys and my homeboy Tone Trump from Philly. So I kind of basically was trying to mediate it, and wound up me and Gully start getting into a back and forth over that, because he was basically telling me, like, don't tell him what type of content to post on his page. And he was right. You know what I'm saying? I stepped right out of that. Man, we had fell out. The next time I seen Gully after the fallout was Prodigy's funeral. I bumped into Gully. He was at Prodigy's funeral. He had the Mobb Deep shirt on and shit. Queensbridge shirt on, rather, Queensbridge Housing t-shirt. And that's how, you know, we just chopped it up, smoked a blunt, chopped it up, took a pic. It wasn't really nothing. It was never no beef with Gully. Like Gully, after Gully left Miami, Gully never went back home. Gully stayed with my brother, Skibo Debo, for at least 2 months. At least, at his crib. He didn't leave. You know what I'm saying? I put him around a real one. I'm gonna just say that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? He respects Skibo. Skibo respect him. You know, like I said, we had our endeavors. You know what I'm saying? It was never. I've never had no ill willing to Gully. You know what I'm saying? Everybody be like, yo, how you fuck on when you say, yo, I've been fucking with Gully before he became this Gully TV. You get what I'm saying? So the shit that y'all, you know, the pick of him, that's not my character of him, because I met him way before he was even on YouTube.
But no, on the real, Kasa, I wanted to ask you, what were his issues with OBH that you tried to
It wasn't really with OBH. It was with OBH, but the thing that I was trying to mediate was him going back and forth with one of my Muslim brothers, Tone Trump. You know, he's real cool, close with my brother Skibo Debo. So we was basically trying to mediate the situation between them. You know what I'm saying? It went haywire. Me and Gully, we said things to each other. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, next time I seen Gully, I wasn't with nobody. I was by myself. Gully's a big dude too. I was by myself. I went to pay my respects to Prodigy. Me and him wound up just chopping it up, taking a picture, smoking a blunt, and we went our separate ways. Me and Gully, Gully slept in my house before. I slept in Gully house before. This is the this is the picture I'm trying to paint for you. Like Gully, I looked at as a friend, a big bro. You know what I'm saying? Me and Gully shared a lot of things. Gully got a lot of interviews, uncut shit that me and him shared. Yeah, he's still just sitting on. You know what I'm saying? Gully just did an interview the other day. He had on a green, lime green Adidas jacket that I gave him. You know what I'm saying? Like, me and him always bear gifts when we see each other. That's the type of relationship that me and Gully had. Whether it was a book, literature, music, a magazine, a piece of clothing, we always shared that. So that's the relationship me and Gully have with one another. Me and him, I don't have no quarrel with Gully TV. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, when I met him, he was doing what he was doing, but he also showed me another side. He was a businessman. You know, he was fit. He was smart. He put me on the books. You know what I'm saying? Every time I met him, every time I seen him, he was giving me a new book. Listen, read this, read that. So the depiction that y'all try to, like, not you, rather, but people try to pick that's how he is on his platform. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got to sell what they sell. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, once you make a bed, you have to lay in it. So that's, you know, Gully's uncut raw, say what the fuck you want, and he's going off that. You know what I'm saying? So
Right. That's why I had to leave it in the past, you know? But Gully really exposed himself in that whole situation, Kasa, because Gully TV put up a video basically trying to oust me from OBH, you know what I mean, which I'm not a part of, you know what I mean? I've always branded myself as Mikey T, the movie star, never as a part of a label or anything like that. But
let's call a spade, right? Because I'm going to give it to you raw. You, Mikey T, the movie star, right? You get a lot of backlash just because you white.
Yeah, it's crazy.
You know, right? And we're going to call a spade. You get a lot of backlash because people feel like you're a culture vulture. You trying to exploit black culture, but you're really no different from what anybody else is doing. But you just a Caucasian man that is into hip hop and into the internet and into, you know, hip hop culture. You know what I'm saying? So you get a lot of slack from that. But if you, like, what if you was a guy that, like, did like academic at first, never showed his face? You know what I'm saying? What if you was a black guy? You wouldn't be still getting the same slack. You might be getting some negative. You know, everybody gets it, but you wouldn't be getting what you getting if you had a different skin tone. And that's what people say. And that's the cycle I want to break. It was just like, yo, bro, I've met people that's Caucasian that knew more about hip hop and our culture than some black folks. You get what I'm saying? So it's not really the creed or the color. I just think it's just ignorant people, you know what I'm saying? And they quick to judge what they don't understand. You know what I'm saying? Keep doing your thing, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I see when you do your controversial thing, you know, controversial shows, but it just, like I said, it's just like once y'all figure out how to really, you know, just still be able to come across the way I want to come across, but put a little 10 on it, I think it'll be better because you're a journalist. You don't need to rub people too much in the wrong way because you want to be out and about with your family too, bro. You know what I'm saying? And you might rub the wrong person that's not from the same walk of life. I don't know what your background is, but 9 times out of 10, the guys that you might rub the wrong way is not from your walk of life. So when they see you, they're gonna handle you the way they would handle a person from their walk of life. You know what I'm saying? You might be from a walk of life. You have a beef with a person. You might say something. You see him. You might want to talk it out or explain. These guys might want to crack your fucking head over impulse just because they feel disrespectful because it's gone viral and it's on a big board. That's why I always tell these guys, like, if you would get more interviews and more endorsements if the content that if you shift your energy in a different content format to where it's still controversial, but it ain't so rubbing people the wrong way. You don't want to be a journalist that nobody don't want to fuck with. Journalists eat off of content. You don't always want one side. Say you do an interview and you talking about some beef shit, but you only getting one side of the beef. You're not getting both sides because one guy don't want to fuck with you, and this guy just might want to get his clout off and know that you have a platform he can talk his shit. You got to figure out some way how to meet them in the middle so people will respect you as a journalist, because all y'all doing is journalism, but people don't really understand your angle. You know what I'm saying? They don't. It just because of your skin tone, it makes you like, yo, what the fuck this guy Mikey T talking about? I smack the shit out of him when I'm saying. That's what you give off.
Yeah,
But
that's what Maserati Fox said. You know, just because I interviewed Bangum Smurf and Domination back in the day.
yeah, because it's just like you gotta know what walls you gotta pick, because shit be deeper than music. Like y'all get it. Like these is two rappers. No, these is two street niggas that just so happen to rap. You get it? It's a different from a rap. It's different from a nigga like J. Cole and a nigga like Young King Von. King Von's in the trenches. J. Cole ain't in no trenches. He might have came up hard and went through shit that you go through, normal teenager being fucked up broke. These motherfuckers came up with killing, drilling, backdooring motherfuckers, doing all type of shit that can send them to jail forever. You get what I'm saying? And that's what the game is. And that's why I'll be like, yo, you know what? I learned from the Flip interview, because I went up there and, you know, some of my peoples took certain things that I said out of content. I ain't really say nothing that I feel that the public ain't know anyway. You know what I'm saying? I was just enlightening from my perspective. But then when you start touching on issues that's touching the other motherfuckers, it don't matter what you said about it. You said something. You get what I'm saying? And it might be, they might not feel like you're validated to speak on such issues. You know what I'm saying? So like I tell all journalists, try to, you know, choose your wars and your stories you want to cover wisely, because it might not be hip hop shit. It might be hip hop artists and it's some real street shit. You get what I'm saying? Everybody's not gonna end like Jeezy and Gucci, be able to somebody to be in that type of a beef and then do one of their songs together. Everything don't end like that. You know what I'm saying? It can end bad.
So, Kasa, I wanted to ask you, did you ever get the chance to meet Casanova?
I met Casanova on a few occasions. I met Casanova back in the days before he was Casanova, because Skull Gang, we was connected to Brooklyn cats, Queens cats, and they all ran in the same circle. So, but I introduced myself to Casanova at a Dave East party. I walked with someone and said, I fuck what you doing. That's what type of guy I am. You know what I'm saying? If I see something I like and you there, I'm not going to be a nigga that be like, yo, I'm not going to be bumping your shit in my house. And then when I see you, I say, what's up to you? You get what I'm saying? I'm going to let you know I'm a fan of your shit. And that's, you know, he always came off cool. You know what I'm saying? I was there that night. He almost got popping with 6ix9ine at the Dipset concert. I was standing right there. He hold his own. You know what I'm saying? He hold his own. He was ready to get it popping.
You wanted to go and bust 6ix9ine that night?
It wasn't really with 6ix9ine. It was with the entourage.
Okay.
But yeah, he you know, he Casanova. He from a different cloth. I'm him. He's originally from the Bronx. They moved to Brooklyn because I got some people from the Bronx that told me that Casanova from out there. I don't know how true it is, but that's what I heard.
What did you think about the situation with him that sort of popped up out of nowhere?
It's the company you keep. Shit is not going to just change because you turn into a rapper. That shit that you do on the street still attached to you. When you get that rap check, you got to get the fuck away from shit that's going to incriminate you, because you're not that same. You bust your ass all your life to get a record deal, right? But then some shit from 15 years ago can get brought up and fuck everything that you worked for all your life. You got to weigh it out. Do I want to be the same street nigga, or do I want to be a nigga that's out here feeding their family? You know what I'm saying? Putting other people in position. See, the thing where a lot of people nowadays, and especially when I came in, people get in a position of power and don't put other people in a position to win. You know what I'm saying? Still to this day, I see guys get money, and the first thing that they do is waving in people's face that don't got nothing anyway. So not only that they don't got nothing, they willing to take everything from you. And they should, because the way you're projecting yourself. You know what I'm saying? If you putting yourself out there in the way, don't be mad if somebody come book you or somebody come rob you because you bragging, you boasting, you doing this certain thing. Stand on that shit you talking. It's plenty of rappers that don't go through the shit Casanova 6ix9ine and none of the Dipset. There's plenty of rappers that don't go through none of that shit. You don't hear Kanye going through that shit. What you hear? Kanye ranting, bugging the fuck out, his wife. You don't hear Kanye getting into trouble with another rapper about some shit. And if he do say something about a rapper, niggas know Kanye just fucking crazy. He just say what the fuck he want. You know what I'm saying? On the other, like, it's the image that you portray. If you're a gangster rapper, prepare for gangster shit to happen at some point. There's no way you can be throwing up blood or throwing up crap. People in that temperament is not going to try you. It's inevitable. It's inevitable. It's going to happen because the surroundings and the image that you're portraying. You get what I'm saying? Lil Dicky ain't going through the shit that Casanova's going through. They're in a whole different realm. You get what I'm saying? Exactly. I'm not giving people the energy to face what I've worked, my legacy that I've worked for years. Before, let me tell you this, right? Before it was a Dipset, right? Before it was Purple City, any of that shit, I was always me. Before I got around Cam, I was always me. I remember Cam took me to Sony before, and everybody that he went to introduce me to in the office already knew me. I already been up in that office 4 or 5 times. Feet up, rolling weed, shit like that. Gun on me, chains on, ignorant young nigga shit. You know what I'm saying? I already been up in the building. So it's like, yo, damn, I'm trying to get you a deal. Everybody fucking know you. Who the fuck am I introducing you to? So I've been me before I got connected to anybody because this is what I wanted. I've never been into sports. Only thing I ever did was watch TV and listen to music. Smoke weed and get fly. Fuck bitches. That's it. That was my mentality. My mentality is totally different nowadays. You get what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm 41. I might look young because I didn't come from the era of you abusing wild drugs and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I smoke weed. I rarely drink. You know what I'm saying? If I do drink a champagne or a margarita, I don't drink hard liquor like that. You know what I'm saying? So, man, I still smoke pounds of weed.
Good shit. That's good to know because that's the only shit that I do.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say I'm in no gym. I don't work out, none of that shit. I just take care of my body. The only thing I need to do now is just to drink more water, shit like that, pray more, stuff like that. Everything else is just it comes with the game. I was in Clubhouse like a week ago, and they had a discussion about all the violence that was taking place that week. Bootsy, Mo 3, Benny the Butcher, and stuff like that, right?
Right.
So I try to nowadays, as being a public figure, you kind of gotta watch what you say and how you say it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm nowadays I'm kind of mindful of what I say and how I say it. So when I do say something, I want you to, the way I said it, I want you to receive it in that way. You know what I'm saying? So somebody asked me, like, how you feel about the Benny Butcher? I said, yo, it's unfortunate because once we make it, we feel obligated to always be us. You know what I'm saying? It was like, it's just like, I'm from the dirt. I'm from Buffalo, New York. I bust my ass to get here, right? I'm looking at it from Benny's perspective, right? I bust my ass to get here. I should be able to wear my chain and my watch wherever I fucking want. I earned this shit. It's my trophy. You know what I'm saying? It's a code of respect. You know what I'm saying? But then you gotta look in the perspective like this. I'm just going to Walmart. What the fuck I even need all this shit on for? Just my face is enough recognition if I'm tripping on being recognized. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that's the perspective that Benny was on, but it's just like, it's a time and a place for everything. I'm not going to go to a Walmart with a bunch of jewelry on. I'm not going to pull up in no, I'm going to pull up in something very discreet. If I'm a superstar, I'm trying to be as low as possible on Walmart and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Because you're going to incite riots and just, your day will be, you just trying to go in, get some underwear, some teas, maybe some food, and be low and get in and get out of there. I don't want no attention on me. You know what I'm saying? But that's why I say a lot of us that's getting this money now, we got to just put our minds in different perspective and know what type of surroundings I am. Anytime I've ever went out of town, from Atlanta to Miami to Houston, anywhere I went in this planet, LA, I've always touched down with the niggas that's running those streets. You got to be connected with people in the streets. Not saying to be a pussy or be a punk or you got to check in, because that's the perception. A lot of people, I'm not checking in with nobody. It's not about checking in. It's about connecting with people to make sure you're safe. You know what I'm saying? It's some guys that use that checking in stuff for friendly extortion, but it's also guys that just want you to check them when you in a backyard, like you should. I don't want to be caught naked. I want to be as comfortable as possible when I'm in foreign territory. You know what I'm saying? Foreign territory to me is where you're not from. So as hip hop artists, we got to learn how to conduct ourselves in these environments. Sometimes we got to keep the jury in the bag and just, you know what I'm saying, just be plain Jane for a day. You know what I'm saying? It ain't. Sometimes it's not cause for the theatrics. You know what I'm saying? If you just going to get something to eat or going to get something from Walmart, that's what you'll tend to be. But to each his own. Like I said, I don't want nobody to take this some way because he deserved to wear what the fuck he want to wear. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, we just got to be mindful in the surroundings that we are, and we got to learn how to start conducting ourselves in certain ways, just for survival tactics. You know what I'm saying? Ain't always got to be on defense. You know what I'm saying?
And major salute to Benny the Butcher. Keep on pushing. Dope message.
Definitely. Shout out to the whole Griselda, Benny, Conway, West Side.
Yep.
I love them dudes because I know they struggle. I've definitely been out on the streets and in them traps of Buffalo, and I know they, like, Buffalo got to be probably one of the most poverty-stricken cities in America. You know what I'm saying? And I definitely understand their pain and their background and where they from. So, salute to Benny and get well, bro. You know what I'm saying? Live your life the way you fucking want. You know what I'm saying? You deserve every fucking thing you got. But just be a little bit mindful of the vultures and the animals that's out there that's just waiting to attack us just for being us. You know what I'm saying? Some people is not even happy with themselves. You know what I'm saying? And they miserable people. So they don't want to see you happy or enjoy yourself or reap the fruits of your labor. You know what I'm saying? So just be mindful that there's assholes out here. Just kind of conduct yourself in different ways. Getting too much money, just still think like a ghetto nigga. Sorry for my phrase, but they'll understand it when they hear this shit.
I just want to ask you about Bobby Shmurda and Rowdy Rebel facing like such harsh realities. You know, Dipset was obviously just as big or obviously bigger of a group than GS9. Like, how did you guys avoid all of these associations?
Once niggas got record deals, niggas hung that street shit up. You know what I'm saying? We had street dudes around us, but for us, as us getting our hands dirty and doing some shit that's gonna send us away forever, we wasn't doing that shit. Like I said, niggas is on defense just because of who we are. We ain't looking for no trouble. You crack your fucking head, you get out of line. Anybody that's from the street, that's the mentality. But I always tell the guys, like, you might not happen overnight, but you gotta gradually change your life once you start getting this rap money. You know what I'm saying? And that's how we basically stayed the fuck. Dip says infamous and connected to a lot of negative shit too, as the media would say. But for the most part, it could have been a lot worse if we still had those mentalities that we were still street niggas. Once we signed them record deals and shit, we wasn't street niggas. We was recording artists. We was investments to the record labels and stuff like that. So that's how you gotta think. You know what I'm saying? I know everybody's independent now, but back then, the record labels, they was responsible for you. You know what I'm saying? They was the ones that's putting up the big bonds and so it was depending on how much you was worth, how much of an asset you was. If you was a liability and you was getting a bunch of shit, they was definitely cutting you loose like this. Get that nigga the fuck out of here. He ain't selling no records anyway. Get him out of here. He costing us too much money. But if you're a nigga that's doing 10, 20 million and all that crazy, stupid numbers and all that, they'll put up their deal with you because they know you're an asset. They know you can bring money to them. You know what I'm saying? They're going to protect their investment. That's just with any smart businessman. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Rebel. Welcome home, man. You can see that he still need adjusting. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Because, I'm pretty sure he's on papers, probably on parole, so he can't smoke weed. He can't be his normal self. So he got to take adjustment. You got to understand, man. You took a young man away from his family, away from his friends for 6 years.
Right.
Lock him away. He do his time, and you just put him back into society. What you think shit is going to be still the same. I just hope that he got some positive people around him that can guide him and to let him know, like, yo, you don't want to end up back where you just came from. So you're a businessman now. Came home to a lovely home, bunch of jewelry, bunch of money, bunch of love. Not saying you can't catch back because we know you cannot get no time back, but try to catch up a little bit. You missed 6 years. Go out there and bust your ass, get that bag, man. Y'all the money boys. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing but the smurters. You know what I'm saying? So go get that bag, man. Get rich. That you want to get those motherfucking COs and everything mad and stay out of there. You know what I'm saying? They happy when you into there. You want to keep them mad and keep them hating. Stay out of jail. Keep being successful. Because that motherfucker still will be working that shitty ass job and you going to be on the docking on the yacht in the middle of the Mediterranean Sea with a bunch of street niggas from Brooklyn and living the life you supposed to live. You know what I'm saying? There's a time and place for everything. I'm pretty sure that he educated himself while he was in it. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, he was a young kid. The kids was like 19, 20 years old. You know what I'm saying? 24, 25 years old. They coming home 30. They missed a lot of time. So, of course they're going to go right back to what their environment because that's what that's all they know. You know what I'm saying? Because when you're doing that time, you can't wait to get back to the world. But when you come out, you're in the middle of pandemics. Things are a little different. Shit shut down. You can't be, I see you got the little studio, in-house studio in the crib, got a beautiful home. Stay in the crib, man. You know what I'm saying? Once some girls, get your selective one that you can trust like that to bring your crib, get you a little shorty. If you got a little shorty, you stay with your shorty, stay with your family, stay with your brother. you know, create that new smoney sound, you know what I'm saying, get to the bag, man. It's unfortunate that we losing guys like Pop Smoke, King Bomb, Mo3 to street violence. And it's just because, you know, it's a lack of guidance in hip hop. That's what we missing. We missing OGs. There's a bunch of old ass kids out here. Motherfuckers is 40, 50 years old and they kids. And I'm talking about in the mentality. It's like motherfuckers is on their third and fourth childhood. You know what I'm saying? What comes with age is wisdom. If you're not getting wise as you get older, you just a grown ass little nigga. Just a grown ass little boy. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I don't claim to be no fucking gangster. I ain't never been no gangster. I did gangster shit. Not no gangster though. I'm a realist. I'm not taking no shit from nobody. I'm not no sucker. I'm far from a gangster. I don't want to be no gangster. But gangster shit to me right now is just taking care of my daughter, taking care of my moms, my family, staying the fuck out the way, empowering my people. That's gangster shit. But, you know, try to stay focused. Shout out to everybody that's you know, going through it. You know, this time shall pass. Stay prayed up. Keep the blessing blockers away from you. Keep all the negative energy away from you. Pray, stay prayed up. You know what I'm saying? Take vacations. You know what I'm saying? Even if you got to get tested for the virus or whatever, you know, travel. Don't let this shit trap your mind. That's what I tell people. You know what I'm saying? Because we forget we still in a pandemic, and these days is going fast. Summer's gonna be right back around the corner, just because of the long recess that we took in 2020. It's right back around. So just, you know, in this first quarter, it just opened up. So get on your money, get this bag, bust these quarters, get $1 million a quarter. You know what I'm saying? By the end of the year, you be 4 M's up if you can get $1 million a quarter. You know, build strong mind teams. You know what I'm saying? Everybody ain't got to rap. Get some motherfuckers around you that know how to invent something. You know, invest in real estate. Calm down on the jewelry and the cars and the clothes. Go get you some land. You know what I'm saying? Try to get your record expunged because you can. Just do the research. You know what I'm saying? Try to clean up your act. You know, get your credit together. See, hip hop artists is not gonna tell you shit like that. So I ain't gonna get on here and do a bunch of gossiping with you. I'm gonna be me. You know what I'm saying? Anything you ask me about something, I'm gonna tell you. But I'm gonna just keep it funky because I've never been a clout chaser. You know what I'm saying? I ain't chasing no clout. I know once everybody see this and see the caption and all that, you know, people's gonna go through it because they just gonna think of a bunch of negative shit. Like, we can't sit here, two human beings, and have an intellectual conversation about hip hop, about life, about other artists, without rubbing people the wrong way. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, well, you know, a bunch of people was like, you know, don't fuck with Mikey T, this, that, and the third, this, that, and the, man. Listen, y'all get up here and say what y'all want on Mikey T. I get up on here and say what I want with Mikey T. You know what I'm saying? We're going to get a good understanding of what type of person I am. You know what I'm saying? I'm not no clout chaser. I ain't here to downplay nobody, but you ask me something, I'm definitely going to answer to my best of my ability. I'll stay as politically correct as possible, but, you know, a lot of people just get up on your platform and just jump out the window and then they blame you. Nah, you the media person, you the journalist. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to ask these questions. It's up to me if I want to answer them or not. You know what I'm saying? But people that, you know, they use this, you know, to get their clout or whatever. But like I said, I'm enjoying this interview. You know what I'm saying? This is definitely gonna be a different perspective, you know, of a Mikey T interview. You know what I'm saying? People is gonna
Definitely, it's definitely a great interview. I'm gonna agree with you there.